Hello and welcome. My name's Philip Hobbs and I come from Australia. I've got a little bit prepared here for you today, and it's because I've got this huge goal. I'm just going to get straight out and say it. I want to help 1 million people in my lifetime become self-employed and live off it and love it. Of course, there's ups and downs. Alright, so my name's Philip Hobbs. I'm a life coach and a mastermind facilitator. I grew up in Australia. I grew up as a nomad traveling around Australia. We moved every 3 to 4 months, and I was homeschooled. My parents and I, when I got a little bit older, we picked fruit, apples, oranges, all that kind of stuff. I travelled most of the eastern side of Australia. I was homeschooled. Got my little list here. I can't remember it all in my head. I try. I should probably put it over here. Alright. So when I was 15, I left home because I wanted to go out in the world and do things my way. When I was 16, I moved to New Zealand. Well, I took a trip to New Zealand and I cycled around. One day I rode 200 kilometers over 2 huge mountains, which was really cool. It feels good inside to have done things like that. When I was 17, I bought a sailboat and I sailed 1,000 kilometers on my own with no previous experience. When I was 19, I moved up here to sunny Denmark, up near Sweden. It's actually not so sunny. It was just in case yeah. Alright. I worked up here as a dishwasher, working in shops and doing anything I could get my hands on. All kinds of jobs that didn't require Danish or high educations. I had this little dream because I was doing stock photography on the side, taking photos and stuff. I had this little dream, so I found the world's #1 stock photographer. I went and worked for him for a couple of years, studied, must have been 80 business books and books on time management and productivity and things like that. And I leveled up very quickly from being an assistant to being a distributions manager. I was in charge of putting all the photos online, making sure they were all done correctly to like 40 different sites around the world. That was cool. I learned a lot. I kept growing. It wasn't just a rat race job. I went straight for the top. Now, I've had this little thing in Denmark with immigration. We're not going to go too much into that. It's not complete. Well, yeah, it's my fault. I chose to move up here so young. I could have waited to fall in love until I was 24. That job I lost and I had to move to Sweden. In the meantime, I kind of got kicked out of Denmark. In the meantime, I had started a business, a little web shop selling organic skincare products from Australia, and that provided a little bit for the family while we moved to Sweden. Then I started a business as a virtual assistant. In the meantime, I'd been taking a lot of different online courses and learning from people who'd been there before me. I started a virtual assistant business where I was based in Sweden and I had staff in the Philippines, and it was kind of just playing around and stuff, trying to make it work though. I upgraded that very quickly to a WordPress development agency, and I had 7 employees based in Philippines, Eastern Europe, and also in Denmark. And myself at the time was in Sweden, and I moved to Denmark. I learned a lot, really a lot. Then I didn't burn for that anymore. I got bored with it, and it wasn't me. It wasn't fun anymore. And I got started with a tree care business, and I've done that for 4 years now, and I love it. I love being outside and climbing in the trees. I use rope access. So I climb up the trees and I have chainsaw and secateurs and stuff, and I prune the trees and make them healthy and pretty. Last year I went down with stress and depression. last year ended the battle of my 14, well, it ended my 14-year fight with immigration to get permission just to stay in the country to be with my children and to be here. And that kind of led to my stress and depression, because I thought once I got permission to stay, then everything would be all right. It wasn't. It didn't just go away. I had the fear of being thrown out every 3 months. I had that anxiety so well set in me that I'd lost my colours. I didn't know, I really didn't have it good. At times I'm started talking about this now. It's something I kept quiet for a long time, but at times I didn't want to move the rope when I came down from the tree and let myself stay up in the tree. You know how that kind of ends. It was really bad. There was no light at the end of the tunnel, not even a candle. I had a really horrible Christmas last year, and it wasn't fun at all. I won't go too much into it because it's negative. I had a really, really horrible, limited, negative attitude and mindset. My mindset was terrible at the time. Yeah. I saw 2 videos from Bob Proctor between Christmas and New Year, and that gave me a spark of hope that it was me that was in control of my life. Before that, I blamed everybody and everything for my circumstance for years. So I got a little spark again, and I just wanted to be happy, I found out. And I started on what's been a whole year coaching process. And that's done wonders to me. It's turned my mindset completely upside down. Now I'm home, I'm happy. You can't feel it probably so much right now, but I'm very happy with where I am in life. I got, as I said, I got a huge goal of helping 1 million people become self-employed. And when I started coaching at the beginning of the year, I learned a lot. I read some books and that, and one of the books taught me that I should give value in what I do. And before that, I hadn't really focused on giving value so much. And I learned that I should give 10 times value. And I found out at the time that I also wanted to help people not go through that situation of stress and depression and so on. And I wanted to help people not be in that, and to learn the things I'd learned the easy way from me. I just didn't know how I would do that. I wanted to be a life coach. I've wanted to be one for maybe 10 years, but I just didn't feel I know enough. And I've since learned that it's not what you know, it's what you've been through, how you've handled it, and if you can help someone else in that situation. And I know for 150% that I can do that. I've done it a few times this year. I started paragliding. It's a dream I've had since I was 8 years old, roughly. I went paragliding in February this year, and I love it. I started education as a paraglider pilot, and I just love being up there. It's absolute freedom. Freedom means the most to me. So I got my spark again. I did a whole heap of things, and this is one really cool thing I did. I applied to Legoland to prune their trees. I made a stop motion video of a little Lego man, like the guy in Lego where the branch had dropped off the tree, and it was scary, and all that. And he called me, and I came in and pruned the little tree. Oh, you can see it some other time. It was a cool little stop motion. It took a whole day to make. I wrote a handwritten letter on gold paper in a gold envelope, sealed with a red wax seal, like one of those, what they called, one of those seals that they had in the old-fashioned times. And I walked in and I gave it to him personally, and that all went really cool. The guy in charge wasn't quite ready for it at the moment. One day he'll retire and I'll go back. I would love to prune the trees there. In September this year, I found the solution to how I can help people. it came to me. It's in the form of Tony Robbins and a guy called Dean Graziosi. These two have created something called Knowledge-Based Business Blueprint, and I bought it and I went into it and I've been in it since. I focused 100% on it. It's life-changing. It's a way that I can actually help people, and I love it. Masterminding is it's a concept of 1 + 1 = 3, and if you don't know about that, you should go have a look at it. It's really cool. It's the quickest way to level up in business and in life and so on. It's a really good thing. So what I learned was a way that I could do from me, one person to many, instead of one-on-one, which would take a lot longer and I wouldn't give the same value. This is one to many, and a quick estimate, I believe it gives about 100 times value, and that's a bit different than 10. So I'm really excited about that. It's all going really good for me, and I just wanted to share this with you to say that I want to help 1 million people become self-employed in my lifetime. That's my big goal, and a goal should be something that it's not just something you go after, but it's something that forces you to level up. A goal should be huge. I talk a lot about that and other things. So anyway, if you're interested to know more about the mastermind and how I'm helping people, you can sign up below. There's a mastermind link, and there's also a link to the free Facebook group where I give away free things things on my mind and that. So today I'm actually going to do a live where I'll talk about how to target certain customers and like how to narrow in your niche and things like that. So I just wanted to share that. I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the fireplace. I will. See you later.